Good morning, friends. I hope you are having a wonderful day. I am. Today, I am going to be reading for you Caps for Sale. It's a great classic story that I bet your parents have heard of. Caps for Sale. Look at all those hats he has. A cap is another word for a hat. So he has all these caps on his head. Once there was a peddler who sold caps, but he was not like an ordinary peddler, carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on top of his head. First, he had on his own checked cap, then a bunch of gray caps, then a bunch of brown caps, then a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. So here's a man, he sells caps, he's a peddler, and he has all these hats on his head. He walked up and down the street, holding himself very straight so as not to upset his caps. As he went along, he called, "Caps! Caps for sale! 50 cents a cap!" So he's calling down the street, calling if anyone wants a cap. One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He had walked up the street and he had walked down the street calling, "Caps! Caps for sale! 50 cents a cap!" But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. Uh-oh. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," he said. And he walked out of town slowly, so as not to upset his caps. When it says upset, it means he doesn't want to knock them over. So he's going for a walk out in the country. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. "That's a nice place for a rest," he thought. And he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put his hand to feel if they were straight. First, he checked his own cap. Is that there? Yep, it's there. Then the gray caps. Yep, they're on top. They're next. Here they are. Then the brown caps. Yep, the brown caps are still there. Then the blue caps on top of those. Yep, they're still there. And then the red ones on the very top. Check, 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 check. They're all there. They were all there. So he went to sleep. He's sleeping under a tree. Oh, what's that in the sky? Is that a sunshine? Sun. He's got a smile. Happy sun. He slept for a long time. When he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. Uh-oh. What's wrong? What's wrong with our friend who sells the caps? Where are all of his caps? Oh no. But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. All he felt was his own checked hat. Uh-oh. Where are his hats? Where did they go? Let's find out. He looked to the right of him. No caps. He looked to the left of him. No caps. He looked in back of him. No caps. He looked behind the tree. No caps. Where did they go? Oh no, oh no. Then he looked up into the tree. And what do you think he saw? What do you think he saw up in that tree? I don't know. Oh my goodness. On every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was a gray or a brown or a blue or a red cap. Oh my. All these monkeys stole his caps. How is he going to get them back? The peddler looked at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. So he's going to try and talk to those monkeys. You monkeys, you, he said, shaking his finger at them. You give me back my caps. But the monkeys only shook their fingers at him and said, tss, tss, tss. So that didn't work. Let's see what he'll try next. This made the peddler angry, so he shook both hands at them. He said, you monkeys, you give me back my caps. But the monkeys only shook both their hands back at him and said, tss, tss, tss. So he shook his hands and the monkeys still aren't listening. Wonder what he's gonna do now. Now he felt quite angry. He stamped his foot and he said, you monkeys, you give me back my caps. But the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him and said, tss, tss, tss. They're playing with him, but they're not being very nice. We need to give him the caps back. By this time, the peddler was really very, very angry. He stamped both of his feet and shouted, you monkeys, you give me back my caps. But the monkeys only stamped both their feet back at him and said, tss, tss, tss. Oh boy, he's really angry now. At last, he became so angry that he pulled off his own cap, threw it on the ground, and began to walk away. Oh, he's so frustrated. He threw his hat on the ground. But then each monkey pulled off his cap. What do you think they're gonna do? What do you think the monkeys are gonna do with their caps? They've been following the man ever since, so let's see what they do. And all the gray caps and all the brown caps and all the blue caps and all of the red caps came flying down out of the tree. They threw all the caps on the floor. Yay! So they followed what the old man did. He threw his hat on the floor, so they threw their hats on the floor. So the peddler picked up his cap and put them back on his head. First, his own checkered hat cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. He got all his caps back. Hope he's happy. He seems happy. And slowly, slowly, he walked back to town calling, caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. The end. What a classic good story. That was Caps for Sale. I hope you enjoyed. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.